What is up, guys? So this is gonna be my first Q&A. I told you guys to leave comments on the last video and I got really good feedback, so I'm gonna start this off now. So what are some early challenges you've noticed starting a YouTube channel? And what advice would you do for anyone looking to start a YouTube channel? So I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for like 6 or 7 months and I just haven't had, honestly, the balls to do it. And then finally something just clicked with me where I started messing around with the computer software. I had a camera because my brother gave me one, so he gave me his old one. And then finally I just started practicing with it. And I didn't put out a video until after like 2 weeks of practicing doing videos and stuff. So I wanted to kind of start out with some decent content, but really just diving in and having the free time in college. I recently quit baseball, stopped playing baseball before the season. So had the free time, really wanted to start doing something because for a couple weeks after I stopped playing baseball, I was just pretty much doing nothing, just working out. So it's the perfect time to start one. I wish I would have started earlier in college though. Have you ever considered doing powerlifting? Definitely. I was actually, when I did my cut last year, I was going to get ready for a powerlifting meet. I was about to send in the form, about to do it. And my goal was to get down to the 198 class. And that was the biggest mistake for me. I thought, I'm going to dominate the 198 class if I can cut weight, get lower so I can compete against, thinner guys that probably aren't going to put up as much weight. But biggest mistake, you shouldn't cut that much weight. I probably started my cut at like 215 and went all the way down to like 195, and I didn't have really enough fat to protect the joints. And the day before I was about to send in my application to compete, I tried squatting and I just felt like crap. I could tell the whole dieting and cutting was getting to me, and I probably would have gotten hurt for one thing, just being that, like, getting that lean and trying to put weight up and stuff. So it would have been dangerous, and I should have never cut that much weight. I should have just competed in, I think it's like whatever's after the 198 class, might be like 215 or something. But I definitely would like to do it again. Maybe not during this cut, but maybe another time, maybe after this cut. What college do I go to? I go to Bloomsburg University in Pennsylvania. It's a little bit up north. I've been going here for 3 years. I actually went to a different school first to play Division I baseball, Longwood University, but then left. Who is stronger, me or my brother? I knew I was going to get this one, and it's a good question because he pretty much has me beat in everything, especially deadlifts, but I do have him in one thing. I have him in squats and pretty much all the leg exercises. So I do have him on squats. He might start catching me once he gets out of the Army and can have more time, to do that type of stuff because he's doing PT and all that other crazy stuff. I'm basically just, able to lift and do light cardio. Are you going to live with your brother in Texas or rent your own apartment? We'll probably live together. That's going to be the best thing to do. Save money. How much cardio do you actually do per week on your cut? I do usually just cardio on my off days because I do the legs push-pull routine, and I usually do like workouts for like an hour and a half at least. I have long workouts, do abs too, so usually I get plenty of activity during those. Then on my off days, that fourth day, I'll usually go in, do some type of cardio, either HIIT or high intensity, just for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the elliptical. So always trying to stay active throughout the day and really let the diet take care of the cut. Diet's the number thing when cutting. What's my favorite split? Right now I'm on the legs push-pull. I love that one, but if I do it long enough, I'd get tired of it, so I always like changing up. I do like doing a bro split too every once in a while because I think that's the funnest thing to do, just going in and killing, a body part, especially when I'm working like in an internship or when I'm about to go to my job soon. Might eventually do that. Probably not during the cut, but maybe when I go back to a bulk. If I could choose my last meal, what would it be? I'm going to have to go with my mom's stromboli. My mom's stromboli is the best, and it's going to be tough going home. I think it's easier cutting in college because you're making your own meals. There's no dining hall. I don't go to the dining hall or anything, so I'm always making my own things. But when I have to go home to look at the food she makes, that's the hardest part. So I went home last year during my cut and ended it after a week because, for one thing, I was really, really lean. I shouldn't have stayed at that level, so I implemented food back, and I just went so hard on eating all of her food and just going out to eat. Didn't do any reverse dieting or anything, and gained weight so fast. That was a big mistake of mine. So, what was the length of my bulk, and did I track macros during that time? I did not, because I was playing baseball, and I never really worried about it. I kind of just tried to eat, as much, I guess you could say, as much food as I could, and I did got really heavy, got up to like 227, 228. I actually never track really macros when I'm bulking. I don't really worry about it. I try to keep that side just when I'm cutting because I think sometimes it can take over your life a little bit, and I like to enjoy myself. I like to go out in the off season and stuff, so I like to go out to eat a lot too, so I'm not going to worry about tracking or anything like that. But I'd always make sure I'm getting enough food. I get tons of fats in when I'm bulking. That's what I like. I like a lot of like fatty meats and stuff like that. I'm not like really into the sweets or anything, but that's really what I like. And since I eat a lot of those foods, I know I'm getting enough calories. I need a nice coffee. All right, so I'm at Dunkin' Donuts right now. I had to get a little pit stop in. It's coming up on one of the last days to get my 99-cent black iced coffees, medium coffees, so I can't miss out on this deal. Been getting it every day. I feel like I've been at Dunkin' Donuts like once or twice a day for the last like 3 weeks, but bank account's pretty good still. Probably because I haven't been going out to the bars and stuff, and it's amazing how much money you save, so I'm gonna get a coffee here and then answer some more questions. Yeah, so that Dunkin' Donuts is just always packed. There's a line out to the median of the highway half the time I'm there, so it is incredible how like much money they must bring in. My small business management teacher actually used to own a Dunkin' Donuts in Penn State, and he was talking about this place, and the owner of this place is at least making $400,000 in profit each year, and he deserves it because when you're a business major, especially me, supply chain, you notice the efficiencies and stuff of a business. You're out on the median there, and they turn that drive-through in about 10 minutes. It's incredible. So hats off to him. That's just one of the things you always think about, efficiencies and stuff like that. Owning businesses, especially as a business major. So that is pretty awesome on his part. But back to the questions. Dan Bridges wanted to know why I always use scissors to cut up my meat. And the reason for it, if you haven't tried it and it's the first time you tried it, you're never going to go back to a knife. And I know he has a pretty popular Instagram, and whenever he like cuts up his meat and stuff, it's always looking nice like Gordon Ramsay, but I can't do that with a knife, so that's why I stick with the scissors. Does smoking cigarettes affect your gains? Smoking, overall it's not good for your health. As far as muscle wasting and stuff, I don't think it'll do that, but if you smoke enough, I'm sure it's going to affect your cardio, your breathing and things like that, so I wouldn't promote it or say it's good for, bodybuilding and lifting. It doesn't really correlate, go hand in hand. I don't know many like bodybuilding and fitness people that smoke much, but I'm sure you can still put on muscle even if you are smoking. So, top 5 pump up jam songs. I don't really have a top 5, but right now I've really been into Kid Ink. Been listening to a lot of him in the gym. Thoughts on flexible dieting? People that aren't really unsure of it. This person's an endomorph, and they want to know if flexible dieting is good for that. I would say flexible dieting is for anyone because it's all about tracking your macros. It's about everyone has different macros. I might be cutting on 3200, and I'm between an ectomorph and an endomorph, whatever is in between that, because I've always been able to kind of put on muscle easily. So I'm kind of in that mid-range. But people have to find out for themselves how much they should be eating just by testing, tracking a certain number and then seeing where their weight goes. So like an endomorph, which is when they are heavier and put body fat on easier, test down a certain amount of calories, weigh yourself, and see where you're at with that. So another good question, have I ever thought about joining the military or any other service? I've never really considered it at all. My whole high school career, I was always thinking about being recruited for baseball, and that's what I was always trying to do with the college. So I never really considered ROTC or joining after the military or after high school. And then in college, I got good internships which led to a good job. So never considered any military service through high school or college, but I respect everyone who does and is in the service right now or has been. So if you guys are watching this, I appreciate it. If I weren't moving to Texas, what would be my job? Well, this is my job right now. I'm not moving to Texas yet. But what I do is I'm in procurement, which is considered purchasing, or otherwise that's in supply chain. It's a category of supply chain management. And I purchase or buy things from China. I buy stainless steel equipment. I work for a distributor, so then we resell it on our website and other cash and carry stores in the state. So it's an awesome job. It's actually pretty exciting, and it's a really good career. If you guys are, if you're in college or in high school and you're don't know what to major in, look into supply chain management. It's huge right now. Good money after graduation too. This one's about counting macros. This person counts their macros and does cardio, but they don't lift. They're asking if they should be lifting. They're trying to lose weight, and of course, you should definitely be lifting. Even if you're trying to lose weight, it's not going to do you any bad. It's not going to put weight on you, like fat or anything on you. It's going to be, you can put on lean mass, lift while you keep doing cardio and keep counting your macros. So that's something that you should be doing. And then the last question, does my girlfriend know about my plans to eventually move to Texas? Yeah, I've brought it up with her before, and she actually just recently got into grad school for speech pathology, which is huge, which she's actually going to be really busy with that. That's like a very vigorous program, or rigorous. I guess the word's rigorous. So she'll be really busy with that. So we wouldn't really see each other that much anyway. She's going to a school in New York. So I told her about my plans, that I'm going to do this when I'm young, and she's fine, completely fine with it. So it's all good right now. But I appreciate the questions, guys. Like I said before, this is my favorite part, when you guys always comment on my videos and stuff, all the positivity. So appreciate it, you guys. I will see you guys next time.